All right, here's my third flight for today. This is going to be on my new Flightline TigerCat. I have a TigerCat, have had it for years, and it's just old and weathered and beaten, and came across this one secondhand in really good shape. So I picked it up and gave it the livery of Bad Kitty, which is, we used to have one of these TigerCats right here near Payne Field near where I live. And I always loved it, so that's what I made this livery. I'm flying off of two 3700, what are these? The China Hobby Line CHNL batteries. So this is not a maiden flight. I have flown this before, but this will be the first time flying it when the weather just isn't garbage, so that should be fun. Get this in there. Okay, just put the gear down. There we go. Okay. Now I know from my experience that basically you just put the batteries where the straps are and this thing flies. It doesn't really care too much. But as I just said when I flew that and found my ailerons were reversed, let's check everything. Right, left, that's good. Back, forward, right, left. As the plane tries to walk off the table. Check the flaps. There we go, flaps back up. All right, so let's go ahead and get her out to the field for flight. I'm excited. I think this will be the first time flying her when it isn't turbulence. This morning has been fantastic. The windsock is pretty much flat and dead. There's a little bit of a breeze every now and then, but for the most part, it's nice and calm. Okay, let's go roll her out. She likes to turn a bit to the right. One moment. And because the windsock is dead, I can kind of take off and land at my preference. I have noticed today, I'm cleaning off my glasses, sorry, got sweat on them. Over there in that corner where that house is, I usually will try to come in for a landing by going over there and landing. I've noticed that there's a thermal out there. It's been there most of the morning. So as I'm coming in to land, I'm trying to lose altitude, but then it just balloons up right before I start my final approach. So that makes landing a bit tricky from that direction. I will take off though right to left. That way if I'm taking off, I can go out over that open field if there's any problems. I don't expect any, but knock on wood, you know. Okay, let's do it. Throttling up. Such a great plane. God, so nice. There we go. Plane always reminds me of like a Star Wars pod racer from episode 1 with like the big engines and the tiny little fuselage. Okay, pretty stable. Pitch that, use that rudder to bring the tail around. All right, I'm gonna come in for a pass from the right side. So let's do a circuit, fly over there. So that house right there, there's a farmer. He does not like planes flying anywhere over those blackberries on that hill. So we have to be very careful. There we go, nice pass. We have to be very careful not to go past that point. And so I may be turning a little bit shallow. Maybe I could go out further, but I just don't want to upset the neighbor. But that's the one unfortunate thing about this field. I love this flying site, but man, I wish it were like twice its size. That'd be a lot nicer to fly. There we go. So what about the TigerCat? Power's pretty good. I won't say it's ludicrous, but like right now I'm at half throttle. Let's go full. There's full throttle. Let's go into a half loop. Come back out of it. So I mean, it's got plenty of power. In my book, it's perfectly adequate. I know everybody's different. Some guys like Mustangs to fly a scale speed of 900 miles an hour. I'm not one of them. I like to fly a plane the way it looks in real life. I think it's got adequate to good power ratio. It handles amazing. It's a heavier airframe, but it doesn't feel like it in the air. When you're holding it in your hands, it feels like a, whoa, this has got some heft to it. But in the air, it flies fantastic. Very maneuverable. It was made in real life as a heavy fighter, and it shows in the model. Works great. It's got the nav lights, which I always appreciate, even if you can barely see them on a bright day like today. The retracts are fantastic. I don't think they're shock absorbing by default. I think they're like just wire strut, but for me, taking off of a paved runway, that's not an issue. If you fly off grass, I think they sell upgrade strut kits for like a, you know, with suspension. But yeah, this thing always, I love how it looks. It's just such a unique plane. Unfortunately, I think Motion RC discontinued it. Now, whether or not they come out with a V2 is yet to be seen. But I would say if any of you guys are at a hobby show or looking through your local classifieds and you find one of these for sale at a good price, if you've been thinking about it, pick it up. With the understanding that spare parts may not be available, but it flies so good. It's such a nice flying plane. Whoop, bird crossing flight path. That was close. Bird almost ate twin prop. All right, let's do a roll. 3, 2, 1, roll. So my roll rate's a little anemic. I probably should pump that up a little more. Just got to remember to do it when I land. I have no idea what the scale fighter had for a roll rate. Got 2.5 more minutes of flight time left. I guess let's test out what the stall characteristics are like. I mean, I kind of know it from flying this thing for years, but we'll go up really high. I'll turn towards us, and I know you guys can't see anything. So here it is, leveling off, throttling back, and I'm pulling back slightly until it loses enough airspeed, and that's it. See that? Just points its nose down. Now that's not an aggressive stall. That is still having the props with like 10% throttle and then pulling back until it lost airspeed. But I feel like that's a more realistic test anyway, because well, maybe not. If you're a beginner pilot, you may be coming into land totally dead stick and crank back on the elevator, but hey, there's only so much you can teach people or warn people. So let's come around. I'm gonna do another roll. 3, 2, 1, do a roll. There we go. Let's, I wanna see what it does if it pitches up when so I'm at about third throttle right now, 30%, so giving it full throttle. Does pitch up a little bit. So that means it's probably a little bit on the nose heavy side. And if you, oh, shit. Whoa, holy crap, did you guys see that? Whoa. I just lost absolute signal. Absolute signal. Okay, we're landing. And it pulled out just feet, not even feet, probably 5 inches from the ground. Holy crap, that scared me. Let's land this thing. Oh my God, that was scary. I thought I was about to lose a brand new plane. Wow, I got lucky. Holy crap. All right, well, I'm not flying this anymore today. I'm gonna yank that receiver out and replace it with something else. Because that was terrifying. Oh, let me check. I wonder if it's one of those generation 1.5 lemons. Yeah, it was. So that sucker, that's going in the bin. Somebody posted on one of my videos how those are faulty, and he's right. A good number of them are. Thank God we got this thing back in one piece.